Hi, I'm Stephen David Horwich, and I'd like to introduce you to our upper school current events curriculum. This is a very unique curriculum. Prior to starting it, it's very important that your student have already done the educational basics courses. At the very least, they need to have done upper school how to do research. This is imperative. You don't want to just throw a current events course at a student without them knowing how to do the kind of research necessary. Since these are current events courses, you know there's going to be a fair amount of research to be done in any one of these courses. The how to do research course really helps the student by giving them lots and lots of great tools and helping them use those tools so that they can do effective research. It's very important they do that before starting current events. That said, current events are elective courses. Your students should do them in conjunction with their other studies, but not to replace them. They do not replace history or science or creative writing or any other core curriculum. They're elective courses. Our current event courses are roughly 15 to 25 lessons apiece. You would probably do about 2 to 3 lessons a week unless you wanted to do one intensively and do it every day. Each lesson plan is going to take roughly an hour for the student to do, so that gives you some sense of how long each course is going to take. We have current events courses in 10 different areas. I'm just going to read off this list to give you some idea of the areas that we offer current events courses in. We offer a course in racism, human rights abuses, current wars, problems with the environment, problems with energy and how to solve them, terrorism, endangered species, religious intolerance, and global poverty and hunger. Now, I pinpointed these areas because I think they're global problems. I didn't want to just write courses that are useful to a certain part of the world or a certain country. These are problems that we all face and we all need to solve if our civilization is going to survive. And these courses are rigorous. What we do in each course is it starts off with a series of lesson plans that explain precisely the nature of that particular global problem. So, if you're doing a course, say, on environmental issues, you know that the first 3, 4, 5, 6 lesson plans will all explain what the environment is, what the issues are, what the history of those issues are, what we face today. You will get a very good overview at the beginning of each of these courses of that particular global issue or problem. Then beyond that, what we do for the rest of the course is offer the student guided research. We ask them to find specific information on the internet and using other resources that they've been trained to use by that How to Research course on that particular issue right now. We want the student to develop a very current, very supported by the data idea of what is going on with that issue. We try not to take sides. For instance, and I know this is a contentious issue, we try not to take sides with things like global warming. We do explain in the environmental course the concepts of global warming and what many people are concerned about. We don't state necessarily that it's an issue that is valid, but we do certainly spell out all of the elements of it and allow the student to decide for himself if that might be a scientifically valid issue. I try not to inject too much of my own biases into these courses, and I think I do okay with that, but in these courses I've made a real effort to not present too many biases. In any case, whatever issue your student is interested in, and I suggest very strongly that you and your student look at these together and that you allow your student to determine what issues they might be interested in. Whichever one they're interested in, they're going to learn an awful lot about that particular issue right now. And they're going to learn the history of it, what the situation tends to be, and then they're going to get the current information. At the end of each current events course, there are a few lesson plans where the student creatively develops their own idea of how to solve those problems. We want the student to design their own concepts and ideas on how these problems can be addressed in the world, and then we want the student to do something about them. They may not be able to do a whole lot, they may only be able to get a start on the problem, but we want the student to start. We want the student to take a proactive view of their own involvement in solving large civilization and global issues. So, that gives you an idea of the current events courses. We've had a lot of success with students doing them. We think you will too. Thank you very much for your time. Please look at the samples on the site of each of these courses. Share them with your student. Talk about the issues. And then, you know, pick one as an elective that your student is interested in and run with it and see how you do. Thank you very much.